Hello everybody and welcome to another video tutorial. In today's video we'll be covering how to replace the feeder extruder with the MK8. I bought this upgrade kit specifically to prevent issues and no money has exchanged hands. As always, do this mod at your own risk and I'm in no way responsible if any damages may occur. Now this feeder has a couple of good features which makes both this machine easier to maintain as well as more durable in the long run. The stock feeder has for many users of both the CR6C and CR10 Smart caused quite a few issues due to its lack of durability and design. Although the stock extruder has a convenient release mechanism for the filament, all the parts are currently made from plastic which is prone to wearing over time. Not to mention the closed design makes it difficult for maintenance overall. The MK8 on the other hand is an open design which is much simpler to assemble. The model that you see here is also made from all metal parts, making it a longer lasting product. So before we begin, I'd recommend laying out all the parts so that it's easier to see everything as well as ensuring that we have all the required components. For this kit in particular, there are 4 different screws, some of which are very similar in design. If you have any filament that's currently loaded, you'll need to remove this prior to installing the components. With the machine turned off, we'll remove the old feeder from the machine by loosening these screws on the top cover. We can then take the second set of screws out while holding the motor in place to prevent from damaging the build plate. The first part we'll put together is the adjustment arm, since this is easier to address while the part isn't currently installed. For this we'll need the washer, U-bearing, and M4 screw that will assemble into this portion of the arm. You want to make sure that the screw is tight enough to hold the U-bearing in place, but not tight enough to prevent any movement. We'll then add one of these screws which will help hold the spring into place later on. For the base plate, we can pre-install the Bowden tube connector. In this case, we don't need to adjust the extrusion gear since it should already be set to the correct height. However, we can check this by inserting some filament when this is fully assembled. Using the flat top screw, you'll attach the motor to the base plate and use these remaining 2 screws to fully secure it into place. The arm has a small metal piece which is designed to allow the adjustment arm to rotate freely, and we'll put this in now before we add the tensioning spring. This small component is what allows us to adjust the tension on the spring and goes together in this order. It's easier to insert the spring first, followed by the attachment screw, and this should be pretty easy so long as you push these 2 portions together as you do so. Make sure to tighten the attachment screw all the way to ensure a tight fit. With this complete, we simply need to attach the Bowden tube and secure it with a claw clamp. Compared to some machines, this model does have the ability to adjust the tension of the filament, but in most cases you simply need to tighten this slightly since too much can cause the filament to puncture the Bowden tube. In general, it should be just tight enough to push the filament through, but be able to skip if there's an extrusion issue. So long as you've installed the Capricorn tubing, you shouldn't have any issues with heat creep in the extruder. As always, I will be including a link to the transcript below, or you could alternatively go to the gear icon and change the speed according to your preferences. If you want to support this channel, please feel free to check out the merch on my main website. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you guys again soon. Thank you and take care.